your mind's right, and let's have a great day. Here we go.
Now, it's time for the Pat Narduzzi Show. The Pat Narduzzi Show is presented by the Power of Bowser and brought to you by GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community service since 1892. The Pat Narduzzi Show is on the Panther Radio Network.
From the Hotel Indigo on Technology Drive, next to the campus of the University of Pittsburgh, welcome to the Pat Narduzzi Show presented by the Power of Bowser. I'm Pat Bostic with Chris Pickle, 97 head football coach Pat Narduzzi. Panthers coming off a resounding 48-7 win over Boston College and head to Tallahassee to take on the 25th-ranked Florida State Seminoles Saturday at high noon. We'll have the coverage for you here on the Fan. Noon kickoff, the great Bill Hillgrove will be on the call. Coach, back in the win column, has to feel really good.
No doubt, happy for our kids. I mean, they needed that. We needed that, obviously, and it's just a tribute to them believing in what we're doing, how we're doing it, and just, continue to go out and practice and work hard. You called it your most complete game of the year, obviously, that turned into a win, but all three phases really were pretty much unblemished. They really were. I mean, and that's how you beat somebody 48-7, because that was a good football team that had lost some tight games. 10-point was probably the furthest from a victory for them in a 3-point game, I think, or a 4-point game against Cal. That was a really good football team that we just dismantled. You made a decision to make a change at quarterback, go with your true freshman, Mason Heinschel. A week later, he's the ACC Rookie of the Week and the Sean Alexander Award winner for the Freshman of the Week in college football. I'll read the stats real quick. 30 of 41, 323 yards, 4 touchdowns. Pretty clean for performance from a true freshman making his first start. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He's a pretty good football player. And again, I always say this, you're never graded after, one game. Nobody cares really what you did last week. We got to find out what you're going to do this week, and he's had a good week of practice so far. So I expect to, get some of the same against, a nastier defense. Obviously, you try to stack games as a quarterback, as a football team, but it doesn't seem like anybody was surprised that he put that on tape, given his preparation. No doubt. I mean, his preparation, and again, our players see him. Kyle sees him in practice, since last spring, really since last, he was our scout team quarterback up in Michigan, in Detroit. So he's been a guy that we thought could be there. And again, I don't think he would have been there week one like this. I think every week of preparation, and we've done a good job at really getting all three quarterbacks reps during the week. I mean, it's not like we're like in the NFL. The Steelers, they're working one quarterback and he gets all the reps. I've been around many years here where we work two quarterbacks. Well, we've worked three just to continue to. To get all three of those guys prepared. You mentioned Kyle. We'll have All-American linebacker Captain Kyle Lewis here tonight. He'll be our player guest for the Pat Narduzzi Show. You guys are getting ready to go on a plane for the first time this season. It's hard to say. It's going to be October 10th when you guys hit the air, but you really haven't had a true road game outside of a trip down south to Morgantown. I know that doesn't change much, but if anything, what does that change throughout the week? Changes nothing. I mean, it's just Friday. Friday's schedule is a little bit different because we got to jump on a plane and go head to the airport, but it'll be about the same distance flying down there, compared to driving down and jumping in a hotel. So, we try to keep the schedule, very similar, so our players get in a routine. We want them playing in a routine on the weekends. Coming up next on the Pat Narduzzi Show, we'll dive into the big win over Boston College, the Players of the Week. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, Pitt fans! Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
At L.B. Foster, we've been building America's infrastructure since 1902. We hold a market-leading reputation in the rail and infrastructure segments and embrace the digital era by anticipating the evolving needs of these markets. Our engineered solutions help to ensure safe and efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure for generations to come. Visit lbfoster.com to discover career opportunities and see how we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges.
Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate sponsor of Pitt Athletics. Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University Oakland. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better, because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
It's the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Play action fake, and he dumps it off on the flat. 10-5, touchdown, and that is Kenny Johnson. Kenny Johnson out in the left flank, pinched toward the tackle formation, and then went straight out again. And Heinzel
really on the field
is a touchdown.
That is a beautiful call by Cade Baum. Yeah, it was a 4th and 1 call, Coach, I believe. A short yardage situation, 3rd or 4th, who cares? Money down situation, 4th and 1, brought Kenny in motion, got the exact look you wanted, snapped him out, and it doesn't get much easier for a quarterback than that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great play call. It's great execution. I mean, ball could have been batted down, who knows, but just a great execution.
And we'll start with the weekly award for Pitt Boston College. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser here on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network. And we'll start on offense, and we'll start with that guy that caught that touchdown pass. We'll start with the receiver first because they're more important. Kenny Johnson, obviously, on offense. Yeah. He really busted out.
He really did. Kenny had a heck of a game. 115 yards, I think, total yards. He had a TD on that, that 4th and 1. I couldn't be happy for Kenny because I've been waiting for him to have a breakout game. And, I've said here the last few weeks that there's plays, everybody's saying, here, we're getting the ball to Kenny, we're getting the ball to Kenny. We finally got the ball to Kenny. And he's been open, but we just haven't been able to get him the ball. So it was great by Mason, who is all, so we had, Co.
You don't do that often.
Not very often. I like to keep it to one, get off the fence. But, Kenny and then, Mason Heinzel was also our offensive player of the game with his stats you already talked about.
I think he started the game 10 for 10.
Did he really?
Which you don't see very often. 10 for 10, a perfect scorecard for Mason Heinzel through his first couple drives. Your defensive player of the week is, ironically, our guest tonight.
He's here, and he better have another player of the week game this weekend coming up. But 5 tackles TFL, quarterback hit, that great cause fumble. He loves it. I mean, he puts a smile on his face. Like I don't think he loves interceptions and cause fumbles. He wants to punch that ball out, and so happy for him that he got that one. That was a huge play, because they had completed the ball. You talk about momentum changes, and we've seen momentum go both ways for us this season, but that was a big-time play by a big-time player.
Yeah, Kyle Lewis obviously didn't quit on the play either. Looked like the tight end might have been down. He wasn't rolled down, no whistle, and Kyle finished the play. He didn't get tackled by his shirt this time.
He didn't get tackled by his shirt. I wish he would have just got vertical. I think
he's looking for the end zone.
Yeah. We got to work on his running back skills. He hasn't have enough of those yet. But.
He's pretty darn good, and he also threw a touchdown pass in the spring game, I do believe. Your special teams player of the week.
Abe Ibrahim. He's a walk-on that had 19 total plays in the game, and and I love having a linebacker walk on, come out there and just play really well for you on special teams. It just gives everybody hope that they got an opportunity if they work hard. And Abe has really paid his dues here at Pitt, and it's fun to watch him go out there and compete.
Mason doesn't have the game he had, obviously, without a good forward wall, good protection. Your offensive lineman of the week?
Yeah, I think this might be the second week that B.J. Williams has had it. He's playing really well inside that right guard spot. Had 4 pancake blocks. He's a wall up front for sure.
Unsung heroes. We'll start on special teams.
Unsung heroes. Sam Carpenter's done an outstanding job for us. I mean, he could be maybe the unsung hero every week. He's kicking. He doesn't get to be the flashy guy putting it through the uprights and putting points on the scoreboard, but he certainly, 6 of his 8 kicks were touchbacks. We didn't know prior to the season if he could really put it in the end zone, but he's really done a nice job for us there.
Defensively,
local guy, Central Valley, Sean Fitzsimmons, had 3 tackles, really had some big plays early in that game, some TFL, some solos in the backfield. Sean's played at a high level, and really all 4 of our D tackles inside we're happy with. But Sean is playing up to expectations.
The passing game got a lot of the headlines after last week. It's probably hard to pick between the 2 running backs, but you picked one of them for your offensive unsung hero.
Yeah, Boosie, Jacarian Turner, he's really – and you know what he looks like this week? He's having a heck of a week of practice as well. I mean, he ran out of bounds early, and we kind of ripped him for running out of bounds. Like, what are you doing?
I think I said on the air that you're not a quarterback. I think that's what I might have said. I wouldn't have made it to the sideline. He's faster than me. So
it's kind of like, what are you doing, man? You got a chance to get 3 more yards. Like, you're a running back. You could have had 70 yards instead of 67, right? But the speed, the burst, I've kind of talked about it since August. Like, he's got that different gear. And again, Joel's Golf is playing really well. But this kid, 12 carries, 67 yards and a TD, and 2 receptions for 32 yards. He's pretty explosive.
Well, he probably about 20 of those were yak after that one check down he caught where he broke those 2 tackles and got up the sideline. Defensive attack force player of the week.
Yeah, defensive attack force. That guy's making some plays, and Shadarian Harris, AKA Drip. 2 tackles. He had that nice interceptions and a cover 2 zone pressure. That was nice to see. I think usually when we zone pressure we're going to be in thirds. Happened to be in cover 2 there, and he was able to, I think the quarterback, I don't know if he couldn't put it on or what, but that quarterback was pretty good coming into this game now, by the way.
He was excellent.
I mean, you talk about the number 2 passing offense in the country, I believe, coming into that game, and they didn't throw for very much, so great job by Shadarian.
He was averaging well over 300 yards passing and 28 completions. He didn't have near on both of those statistical categories. This point in the year, well, really all year, your Rocks, your looks teams are so important, especially as you get into conference play. Who are your Rocks players of the week?
Rocks players of the week, special teams was a linebacker from Austin, Texas, Drew Foster. Just gives us a great look, and actually played in the game as well. So, he gives us a great look, and by giving us a great look, he becomes a better football player, just like A.B. Ibrahim. So we're happy with him. Offensively, David Lynch, we could give it to that kid every week. He's our scout team quarterback most of the time. But David Lynch, he's a super player. I mean, he really is. We're fortunate to have him. And then defensively, another linebacker, John Wetzel, a kid that we got late in the process, and we're excited about the future with John.
You talk about David Lynch. I love David, but is he mimicking Tommy Castellanos this week, or are we changing things up a little bit in practice?
That's why I said most of the time. We've had a few guys back there running around. But it's hard to throw it like him and run it like Tommy.
Yeah, hard to mimic for sure. And coming up on the Pat Narduzzi Show, All-American captain Kyle Lewis joins us here at the Hotel Indigo. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
The 2-minute warning, the caution flag, the 4. At PNC Bank, we believe in the power of a helpful watch out. That's why we created Low Cash Mode, the new financial watch out that gives you multiple options and at least 24 hours of extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Low Cash Mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. Available on all virtual wallet products. To learn more, visit pnc.com/lowcashmode. Copyright 2021, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. All rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
At UPMC, we believe care goes beyond our walls and into our communities. That's why we support organizations and individuals who help people prosper by giving them skills and training for employment, including right here at UPMC. Because life-changing is providing people a chance to grow. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
At the University of Pittsburgh, the gold standard is the championship level that Pitt athletics programs strive to achieve. This season, Pitt Athletics is recognizing those businesses that support Pitt Athletics at the gold standard championship level. Pitt Athletics would like to recognize its 2025 gold standard corporate partners, Clearview Federal Credit Union and the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. Thank you for supporting Pitt Athletics. Together, we go for gold.
As on the football field, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win your financial goals. Their wealth advisors use proven strategies with a focus on retirement distribution and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jksfinancial.com.
No one gets you closer to the Pitt Panthers than the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Go inside the locker rooms, on the sidelines, and inside the game as we provide exclusive analysis, breaking news, and recruiting updates all season long. Have a question or want to comment on how Pitt's doing? Join a chat with a Post-Gazette reporter at postgazette.com/Pitt. From the football field to the volleyball court, the Post-Gazette has the best eyes and ears on all Pitt sports.
The University of Pittsburgh is one of the nation's oldest institutions of higher education. The Hail to Pittsburgh program highlights the history, success, and goodwill of businesses rooted in Pittsburgh. Pitt Athletics would like to recognize a Hail to Pittsburgh corporate partner, J&A Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. J&A has proudly served Pittsburgh since 1993 with an expert team delivering reliable work, trusted value, and lasting comfort. Thank you, J&A, for your support of Pitt, because together we hail to Pittsburgh.
Back to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Fires it down the field, and it's wide open for a first down. And the tight end, they don't tackle him, but he fumbles coming forward. Panthers pick up the ball.
Kyle Lewis.
And the hit was by another linebacker, and this time the Panthers come up with the football.
We got to give Kyle Lewis credit because that was a bang-bang play. Not only did he recover the fumble, but he caused the fumble. Welcome back to the Pat Narduzzi Show. Kyle Lewis joining us on the program tonight, All-American linebacker. You just heard about the big play in the game. Coach, you said last week that, Heem was getting some of the splash plays, but Kyle's was coming. Yeah. I think it came last Saturday. Kyle, what'd you see on that key play with the strip fumble?
It was third and long. They got, they squeezed the pass through the seams, and I'm just going there to try to make a tackle. I saw he wasn't down, but I'm like, is he about to keep going? Do he see me? And then he kept running. So I just saw the ball near me. I finally see that perfect chance to punch the ball out because all camp I was always trying to punch the ball out. So that was at the perfect time, and it finally happened. So it's definitely gonna be more to come.
How much you drill that stuff, every turnover circuit, all that stuff, right?
It's something we've gotten really good at. And him and Heem are probably, and Cruz Brook is probably the three best. And the other guy's really good is Cam. Lindsey's been pretty good at punching the ball out in practice. Just seeing those guys get it. So he's done it a bunch. Tell me about the little tape job you get now.
No, I stopped doing that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I started wearing gloves again. I was, doing the straight hands and tape. It was cool.
He was taping it up like a boxer. He hit a box.
Just in case you got a punch. You never know if you're going to hit the ball or you're going to hit pads or a helmet.
Yeah, because, during practice, too, you just punch the ball and helmet so much, you start bruising your knuckles up. So I was wrapping up my hands. My hand's good now, though, so I just wearing gloves.
Especially a guy that's drops in pass coverage, is known to pick a ball off or two. As a defensive player, I know in high school you played offense, probably played every position under the sun. When the ball finally gets in your hands, what are you thinking at that point? He's thinking get vertical. You're thinking what?
Man, I'm thinking the juke the defender out his socks, for real. So, I'm thinking about making a highlight tape,
Trying to get into the end zone. Well, he has quite the Rolodex of highlight plays, Coach, during his career. Have you ever coached, and I know this is tough, coached a linebacker like him?
Never. I've had some pretty good ones, but not one like this guy right here for sure. Again, most linebackers aren't that good at ball. Just the hands. If it comes his way, he's catching it.
You almost had a pick in that game too on a little stick route. You beat.
Yeah, I should have had that.
You beat the tight end to the spot. Yeah. Kyle Lewis, a 6'1", 220-pound linebacker, redshirt junior from East Orange, New Jersey. First non-senior captain since 2019. I don't know if you knew that. You're the first underclassman, non-senior, to be a captain. What did that mean for you to be elected a captain by your teammates?
Yeah, that definitely mean a lot to me, but, I'm just trying everything in my power to win this AC champ. So, when they elected me as captain, that's just like another reason to lead this team to the championship.
What do you see? I mean, obviously you don't name the captains. It's voted on by the players, but I assume you see what's happening prior to it happening. Underclassman, junior, being a captain is not common.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I don't know who the last underclassman was. Probably
Jimmy
Kenny.
Morrissey.
Jimmy Morrissey. Was Kenny too or no?
Kenny wasn't until his senior year. Jimmy was a two-time captain.
Yeah, I knew Kenny was. I knew Jimmy was a two-time. So I didn't know if Kenny was as well. But you see his leadership every day. This guy's a leader. I mean, he's going to talk to the team. Everybody looks up to him. And when Kyle's playing his tail off and playing hard and doing the little things right, everybody follows him.
Yeah, I think Kenny was actually a two-time captain, but it was right around the COVID year time where you had that 2020-2021 season. So he wasn't a redshirt junior like you were in his fourth season. So, Kyle, let's talk about the Sharks. And we'll get into some of the stuff you're doing on the side. But you started this movement last year where people started actually wearing costumes to the game, wearing Sharks. It didn't start in Pittsburgh, though, right? It started back home?
Yeah, it started back at the crib, back in our city. We was always throwing our hands up. That was represented as a shark fin. And then, definitely got viral. Coach Dew's always talk about one time we came out on a golf cart and stuff, So we always was just having fun with it. To now see it expand to what we got right now is definitely crazy. And, he always been a shark too. He always, had his name back in the city, and both of us just come here in Pittsburgh and, just keep it on the same thing. It just means different for us.
A lot of season left and obviously a lot of career left for you, but you think it's the type of thing that's trickled down into some of the underclassmen too? Are they going to carry that on, the shark mentality?
I feel like it for sure just going to leave a legacy in general. So, but it definitely we definitely got to, make something legendary out of this season to just carry that legacy forever for it.
Obviously, you guys had some adversity at the middle part of the month of September, but you guys bounced back with a big win last weekend. How much did that validate the preparation and put you back into the right mindset as a football team?
In general, we were just an angry football team, so I feel like we just gotta keep being angry. We gotta keep being hungry. We can't, handle success any differently than we handle any doubts.
Coming back on the Pat Narduzzi Show, more with Kyle Lewis. We'll do it from the Hotel Indigo, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
At GBU Life, we specialize in life insurance and annuity products to help protect families and anchor retirements. But we do things a little differently. When you choose GBU Life, you become a member of an organization that supports you, your personal goals, and your community causes. Ready to be a member? Visit gbu.org. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life. Life insurance is underwritten and annuities are issued by GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. GBU Life and its agents do not provide legal, tax, or financial advice. Please consult with your advisor.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi from 93.7 The Fan for the Power of Bowser. This October, things are getting spooktacular at Bowser Chevy of Monroeville. From the family favorite Chevy Equinox to the powerful Silverado and the all-new Blazer EV, Bowser has a ride that's ready for every trick-or-treat adventure. Right now, Bowser Chevy, get 0% for 36 months on a 2025 Chevy Silverado, $1,500 crew cab, plus $1,000 bonus cash. Get financing offers, top trade-in values, and drive home with the confidence of Chevy's advanced safety features. For well-qualified buyers, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. With approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends November 3rd.
Well, that's the power of Bowser. Yeah.
Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com. The University of Pittsburgh is one of the nation's oldest institutions of higher education. The Hail to Pitt program highlights the history, success, and goodwill of businesses rooted in Pittsburgh. Pitt Athletics would like to recognize a Hail to Pittsburgh corporate partner, Bowser Automotive, a family-owned dealership offering new and used vehicles, expert service, and financing across top brands, delivering trusted care, value, and a seamless car buying experience since 1983. Thank you, Bowser Automotive, for your support of Pitt, because together we hail to Pittsburgh.
No one gets you closer to the Pitt Panthers than the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Go inside the locker room, on the sidelines,
and Inside the Game, as we provide exclusive analysis, breaking news, and recruiting updates all season long. Have a question or want to comment on how Pitt's doing? Join a chat with a Post-Gazette reporter at postgazette.com/Pitt. From the football field to the volleyball court, the Post-Gazette has the best eyes and ears on all Pitt sports. Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate sponsor of Pitt Athletics.
Let's return to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Play action fake. He has time to throw it. No, he doesn't. Down he goes. And the ball came out. Who has the football? Miles with the hit, and the Panthers had a chance at it. Does Jimmy Scott have it? He certainly does, Ollie.
Jimmy Scott with the recovery, but Rasheem Biles, the other Shark, not the co-owner. You're the founder. He's a co-investor in the Sharks, Mr. Lewis. Joined by Kyle Lewis on the Pat Narduzzi Show. We got a great crowd tonight. Panthers coming off a big 48-7 victory over Boston College. I know you want the ball in your hands, you want the turnovers, but how much joy does it give you to see Rasheem playing at the level he's playing at?
Give me a lot of joy because I know he ain't with the ball in his hand just as much as I do. So being out of coverage, and then I look back to the quarterback and I just see he didn't get a strip sack or something. It give me relief. Like, I got a ball player on the other side. If I'm laying over there, he's gonna be over there, so he's still gonna make the play. So,
I asked Coach last week how difficult it is to make the decision whether to blitz you or to put you back in coverage, but it helps to have kind of two guys like that, right? I mean, it makes Coach Bates' job a little bit easier.
No doubt about it. Bringing him from the field and really him and Lovelace too. I mean, Lovelace is another playmaker.
Well, you think about it as a quarterback, if I got to worry about both of you guys coming and one comes and you're dropping, I don't know where you're going to be because you're always reading my eyes, and if you take my first read away, guess what's probably going to happen? Rasheem's going to hit me in the back of the head, and I don't like that too much. But he did something good there. Last week he had one against Louisville where he might have been able to get the ball out. Got it out this week.
No question about it. It was big time.
Big time play. And Kyle, as you look at Florida State, a little bit of a different challenge for you guys. The first real running threat you guys play at quarterback. How does that change preparation for you, if at all?
Majority just changed like most of the stunts, kind of most of the coverage. So, the main thing is just containing one in the pocket. If he want to throw the ball in the pocket, we'll let him, but, just not to scramble or do any like QB draws or anything.
It's such a prevalent part. +1 football, I think, is what they call it now, where quarterback run is how much of a part of their game plan is Castellanos and design runs?
It's big time. They're going to line up and they're going to, one of his favorite really runs is the quarterback draw. I mean, he's going to drop back, and then his drop back pass, if he doesn't like it, he just takes off. He'll scramble anywhere, but, a lot to his right. So we know that, but he'll go anywhere, and he's fast. He's quick.
Now, you've been known to get in the office pretty early in the morning. I asked you earlier, you're about 6 a.m. You try to get in to watch tape, so you're like one of the coaches. I mean, how much film are you watching, and what are you looking for? Don't give secrets away. I don't want to get yelled at here.
No, he's good.
No secrets away, but what are you looking for when you watch tape of a guy like Tommy Castellanos?
I'm majority of the time just looking at, his first read and then what he do off his second read. Is he ready to run, or, is he still going to be in the pocket? And then I just look at majority of the time, the passing concepts, see like what I'm going to have to do, see what he's looking for, and see why they're doing it.
So this sounds a little bit like chess, which I've come to learn that you play a little bit of chess. You know this about him?
Yeah.
You're a chess guy. Now, when did you pick chess up, and you still play it now?
Yeah, my brother taught me chess back in probably 7th grade. So, we used to be playing chess together, and then came here. I found out a lot of more people, play chess. Back where I'm from, ain't much people playing chess for real. So, I found some chess partners on the team. Just playing a lot more chess with them, and then now it just became like a pregame routine to just wake my brain up a little more.
Playing linebacker, I mean, you're trying to predict what the offense is doing. It's a chess match out there, right? I mean, it's going to be your defense, their offense. Malzahn's trying to game you guys, so it's relatable, I would imagine.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
He's playing chess.
I can't play chess.
You can't play. I couldn't tell you the
I
first
can play
thing.
checkers.
Any chess players in the building? Like
We got a few.
habitual. Kyle Lewis will probably beat you. I would bet on him for sure. You taught Boys and Girls Club one time too. You've actually taken it out in the community and helped some young people learn the game as well, right?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun moment for sure.
We got Celeste Welsh here. She's got everyone going everywhere to help the community. Pitt football, obviously, chief among them out in the community. Let's talk about your jersey line. You got some jerseys being sold now, some Shark jerseys. Tell the folks about them.
Yeah, definitely. It was always in the making since, I say July, but I just wanted to wait till I probably, finally got a good game to actually drop it. So got some Shark jerseys, got, my face on it, like a graphic Shark jersey. And I'm definitely trying to drop some more stuff with probably, me, him, and Brad together. I know people definitely like that.
You can follow Kyle on Twitter at K_009R, and you'll find his Shark merch line.
Can you send that to me? I'll get a jersey. I'll get a Shark jersey.
You gotta get a Shark jersey.
I'll send it to you, Coach.
Okay.
It's pretty cool stuff. Who do you have to thank? Going back to your time as a young person playing football, that before you got to Pitt, who's responsible for getting you to the opportunity to come to a place like Pitt and become the star you become?
I definitely got to shout out Coach Wright. He was my trainer. Where I'm from, it ain't that much looks. You usually go to the private schools and stuff. So I always had a talent, but it was hard for me to reach out to anything. Definitely because of COVID around my time where I'm supposed to get recruited. So I saw a lot of my people that go to prep schools working out with Coach Wright, and I saw that was a circle where most people was getting offers from. So I was texting, emailing, whatever I could do to get in contact with Coach Wright. He hit me back, and then I was just working out with him. And then, since day one, he definitely said he was going to put me on with all the coaches or whatever. And then, everything, what he said happened, and now I'm here. So definitely.
How'd you find this guy?
High school tape, and then, he came to a late camp, right?
Yeah.
And we loved him on tape. I won't tell you the whole story, but we loved him on tape, and he came to a passing camp, right? It was a passing camp, but we only had maybe 10 kids working out. But he came and it was like, we're taking this guy. We're taking this guy. Who else? How many offers do you have coming out of high school?
I had 9.
9?
Yeah.
9 offers, and now he's an All-American and one of the best players in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Last one for Kyle Lewis, redshirt junior captain from East Orange, New Jersey. There's a guy that there's been many players at Pitt, Aaron Donald being most notable, that's been said they're undersized. People will say you're an undersized linebacker. Is that a chip you carry or just something you've dealt with your whole life?
Yeah, that's definitely a chip I carry because they probably saying it like I'm soft. So I definitely take that in kind of way, and I'm definitely not going to take that lightly. So every time somebody say that, I'm prove to them every game, whether it's the run, my tackling, that don't matter.
Well, that's a chip you're going to carry Saturday at Tallahassee. I know that. Give it up for Kyle Lewis, our guest on the Pat Narduzzi Show. Coming up next, we'll dive into the Florida State matchup with Coach Narduzzi. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
At LB Foster Company, we've been leading in innovation for 120 years. We support the rail industry with technologies that keep things moving, monitor conditions, and enable safety. Our solutions enhance environments by helping to ensure that critical infrastructure remains sound and functional. By deploying advanced manufacturing technologies in a precast concrete building or a bridge, our goal is to improve the lives of those who rely on us. LB Foster. We innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, Pitt fans. Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi from 93.7 The Fan for the Power of Bowser. This October, things are getting spooktacular at Bowser Chevy of Monroeville. From the family favorite Chevy Equinox to the powerful Silverado and the all-new Blazer EV, Bowser has a ride that's ready for every trick-or-treat adventure. Right now, Bowser Chevy gets 0% for 36 months on a 2025 Chevy Silverado, $1,500 crew cab, plus $1,000 bonus cash. Get financing offers, top trade-in values, and drive home with the confidence of Chevy's advanced safety features. For well-qualified buyers, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. With approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends November 3rd.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser. Yeah.
Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com.
It's the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
And little sideline, tossed to the near side and into the end zone comes Justin Holmes for his second touchdown reception of the year. He evaded a tackle very neatly. Looked like a scat back, did Justin Holmes.
That was Mason Heinchel's first career touchdown pass, the first of 4 he threw against the Boston College Eagles. Welcome back to the Pat Narduzzi Show. And it's time now for What You Need to Know, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. Coach, Florida State, obviously coached by Mike Norvell. They had a tough season in 2024. Cleaned house with both coordinators. And on offense, Gus Malzahn's a household name.
No doubt. Gus does a great job. Obviously, was a head coach at Central Florida. Left there to go be the offense coordinator at Florida State. Probably was fed up with with college football and said, I'm just going to go coach football, and that's about it. But he does a great job. He's done an outstanding job with this offense so far. He's got a lot of talented skill guys, and his offensive line is gigantic. I mean, the left tackle's 330, the right tackle's 355. They're 327 the left guard. I mean, they're pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty sizable. Their quarterback isn't the biggest guy in the world, Tommy Castellano.
I don't know how he sees over all those big guys.
Well, I don't know either. Only he does. But you faced him before. You played him in 2023. You played for Boston College. Obviously, he's got a lot of talent around him in Tallahassee. And he was originally committed, I think, to UCF, or started at UCF before BC. So
yeah, he was with Gus Malzahn at UCF.
So they're reunited. An offense that's
sure there was some tampering going on too. At the same time.
We're not accusing anybody of anything here, but it's an offense tailor-made for Tommy Castellanos, right? I mean, this is quarterback run. They want to run the football.
Yeah, they want to run the football. They're about a 70% run team, so it's going to test us. I think they're the number 2 rushing offense in the country. We're the number 2 rushing defense in the country, so I always say something's got to give. We'll find out who's got what. But they're very talented. I mean, their running backs are big. I mean, they got 220-pound tailbacks that are big, hungry. I mean, they can roll it in there. So it's going to be a great challenge.
Yeah, they're first in the ACC in scoring offense, just south of 47 points a game, rushing 295 a game, total offense 561, third downs 55%. When you run the ball, third downs get a little bit. They're not in a whole lot of third and medium to long, I would say.
No doubt about it. There's a lot of third and medium. As we broke down, their money down yesterday. So, matter of fact, there's like 10 third and fives. Like that's a pretty manageable third down and medium.
They've had some adversity these last couple weeks. Lost at Virginia. Virginia's a very good football team that has a path to an ACC championship game as the schedule plays out. They beat Florida State at home, and then we all know what happened with the field down in Charlottesville. And then a state championship game last week against Miami, as they call it, a very good Miami team. They came up with the short end. One theme that you see, though, is in 2 losses they've had, they turned the football over 6 times.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to win. I don't care who you are, whether you're Pitt, Florida State, or St. Mary's. It's hard to win when you turn the ball over. And they beat Alabama in the opener. That was a big
handily
win. And they played really well. They came out of the box strong, and then had a couple smaller opponents in Kent State and East Texas A&M. Matter of fact, And then they had those 2 tough games. I mean, Virginia was their only road game of the year, so they had to go on the road. Didn't play great on the road, which is never easy. And then, ran into a juggernaut there with Miami, who's a really good football team as well.
Your mantra is to stop the run. Provided you do that, who are some of the perimeter guys that you have to deal with? Looks like they have a couple transfers on the outside.
Yeah, they've got, I think, 10 transfers in their 2 deep. But the big kid, Deuce Robinson, he's 6'6". They got a 6'6" transfer from USC.
It's like Johnny Wilson back in the day, who was 6'7".
Yeah, they're always going to have one of those monsters out there. He is a true monster. Plays into the boundary most of the time. He is big. They throw him a lot of back shoulder fades, comebacks, and obviously he can run vertical, and he runs well too. The Squirrel White is another guy that's really fast. I mean, him and McCoy are fast. And then they got number 19, Micah Danzy, number 19. Find out where he's at. Number 19 is a guy that's a big reverse guy, and he's, I think, taken 2 for touchdowns a long way, like 62 yards, 52 yards, 2 of them. So he's special. And then they have this tailback, and I don't even see him on our depth chart here, number 12. He's a tailback that comes in.
Lucas.
Yeah, he comes in for some special things. He's a special play guy, so we got to be alert when number 12, we call him Waldo, gets in the game.
Where's Waldo? And looking at this offense, playing a guy like Castellanos, who you're familiar with, but obviously different system, different surrounding cast. When you're rushing a guy like him and the quarterback draws such a big time, I mean, how much of a cat and mouse game is that to stay disciplined but also take your shots?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. I mean, you blitz him, he can throw it. You don't blitz him. 4-man pressure, he's taking off and rolling, whether it's quarterback draw or, you can have great coverage and all of a sudden he gains 20 yards just running up the middle. I mean, it's hard to, I mean, he's so explosive. He bursts through the line of scrimmage. So we got to do a good job squeezing the pocket when we do rush 4. And that's not easy to do with these mammoth guys up front. I mean, they're huge.
They got some big guys on the defensive line, too. We'll dive into that next on the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, who's that girl helping you with your draft picks?
Oh, that's my Clearview expert, Jen. What do you always say, Jen?
Diversify your lineup, just like your investment portfolio.
Yes! She's a genius!
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
As on the football field, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win your financial goals. Their wealth advisors use proven strategies with a focus on retirement distribution and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jksfinancial.com.
At the University of Pittsburgh, the gold standard is the championship level that Pitt athletics programs strive to achieve. This season, Pitt Athletics is recognizing those businesses that support Pitt Athletics at the gold standard championship level. Pitt Athletics would like to recognize its 2025 Gold Standard corporate partners, Clearview Federal Credit Union and the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. Thank you for supporting Pitt Athletics. Together, we go for gold.
UPMC believes that not having a place to call home is as much of a health emergency as anything else. That's why we're working to increase access to affordable and stable housing across Pennsylvania by partnering with local organizations. Because life-changing is helping you before you ever walk in our doors. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC. Life-changing medicine.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University Oakland. Host of the Pat Narduzzi Show. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
Hey, who's that girl helping you with your draft picks?
Oh, that's my Clearview expert, Jen. What do you always say, Jen?
Diversify your lineup, just like your investment portfolio.
Yes! She's a genius!
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Back to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Gonna run a little bit sideways, throws it end zone, touchdown, wide open Deuce Spann, and for Deuce, his first of the season and first of his Pitt career for the former Seminole.
The former Seminole, an appropriate line, Deuce Spann, a transfer from Florida State. The Deuce got loose in the back of the end zone, Coach, but that was a terrific job by Mason, knowing where the line of scrimmage was on his scramble.
Yeah, he's got some moxie in that pocket. It was a great throw back across his body, which scares you sometimes, but he was wide open. There was no threat there.
Deuce Spann, the transfer from Florida State, big receiver, heading back to Tallahassee. This is college football nowadays. You play in your old team. It was Blue Hicks against Louisville. It'll be Deuce Spann against Florida State. In a couple weeks, it'll be Lyndon Cooper against NC State, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. More of what you need to know, presented by PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. New coordinator on defense for Florida State, Coach. Obviously, he comes, been a couple different places, was at Syracuse, was at Nebraska. Defensively, they've got talent, but Tony White, schematically, what do you see from the Noles?
They keep it pretty simple. They're not a gigantic blitz team. They'll bring some heat. And we expect it. We've practiced it. Some of the stuff we've seen, like Louisville, really heated us up with a lot of man pressure. So, we're ready for anything they bring at us. Maybe more prepared now than we were against Louisville. I think they shocked us with as much of it as they did on a normal downs, not just third down. They were first and second down pretty heavily. So we've got answers for that. So whatever they give us, but they're 4 down, going to play a lot of man free as their favorite. But they'll play some quarters, some cover 2, some cover 3. I would say they're very similar to what we are, except minus the zone pressures.
They list 3 safeties, 2 safeties and a rover, and they'll play that 3 safety look. Is that a trend in college football that you're seeing?
I think it is. I mean, they'll line up in a 3 down when they do that. I'm not sure Alabama had an answer for it when they opened up the season. I think it's kind of tricked them. They didn't really expect it, I think, so that was kind of a negative for Alabama. They weren't really prepared. It appeared to be that case. So, we've got answers for what we're going to see. Coach Bell and the offense staff do a great job game planning, so we're looking forward to seeing how it works out.
Yeah, and their rover, Earl Little Jr., is a transfer from Alabama. Has got 35 tackles on the year, and you guys faced a couple safeties that like to get involved in the run game last week. He seems like another one.
They like to get involved, and you got to do something to get them to trigger in that run and try to hit a big one behind them. If you're that aggressive, there's weaknesses.
Watching their press conferences throughout the week, Tony White mentioned not getting aligned. When you're putting a new defense in with a bunch of transfers and new players, I mean, can you see that being an issue in big games when you don't know each other, you don't know the system?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, when you look at it, they're aligned, but like a coach's alignment and a player's alignment, like some guys think they're aligned because they get in the area, okay? But in college football, just those, tiny details of alignment, that's more. I mean, you're not seeing them where they look drastically out of alignment, where they can't get lined up and they're looking and confused and looking to the sideline and not getting covered down on somebody. So they know what they're doing, but it's I'm sure they want more detail.
Well, detail, and then there's size. Darrell Jackson Jr., number 6, is a returning starter. I'm going to read this. He's not an offensive lineman. He's 6'5", 337, playing D tackle. He transferred from Maryland and then to Miami. That's like Tyreek Jarrett big, maybe even a little bit bigger.
That's huge.
That's a big guy.
It's a big man. They're big inside. Say those 2 D tackles, they're about as good as anybody's going to have in the country, I think.
Daniel Lyons, 6'4", 302. Their backups aren't too shabby, 6'3", 318, and then a true freshman, 6'4", 262. And they kind of come at you in waves. Looks like a lot of guys play for them. But what do you make of their edge guys?
Their edge guys are athletic. They're tall, they're long, they use their hands well. Our guys got to be in control, and we've got to protect our quarterback for sure.
You guys, this is not news to you, had some in and out on the offensive line a week ago. You got a bunch of guys reps. What'd you make of some of the backups that got in there? Kendall Stanley and so forth. Ryan Coretta making his first start. How'd you grade their performance?
Ryan Coretta did a nice job in their first start. I think he'll continue to get better every week. We were happy with him. And then Kendall Stanley, he got a good workman's load there as well. So we've thought Kendall's, a guy that could be a starter for us, and he was last week, so it was good to see that.
Coming up on the Pat Narduzzi Show, final thoughts from the Hotel Indigo. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi from 93.7 The Fan for the Power of Bowser. This October, things are getting spooktacular at Bowser Chevy of Monroeville. From the family favorite Chevy Equinox to the powerful Silverado and the all-new Blazer EV, Bowser has a ride that's ready for every trick-or-treat adventure. Right now, at Bowser Chevy, get 0% for 36 months on a 2025 Chevy Silverado, $1,500 crew cab, plus $1,000 bonus cash. Get financing offers, top trade-in values, and drive home with the confidence of Chevy's advanced safety features. For well-qualified buyers, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. With approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends November 3rd.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser. Yeah.
Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com.
At GBU Life, we specialize in life insurance and annuity products to help protect families and anchor retirements. But we do things a little differently. When you choose GBU Life, you become a member of an organization that supports you, your personal goals, and your community causes. Ready to be a member? Visit GBU.org. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life. Life insurance is underwritten and annuities are issued by GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. GBU Life and its agents do not provide legal, tax, or financial advice. Please consult with your advisor.
Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University Oakland. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters. No one gets you closer to the Pitt Panthers than the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Go inside the locker rooms, on the sidelines, and inside the game as we provide exclusive analysis, breaking news, and recruiting updates all season long. Have a question or want to comment on how Pitt's doing? Join a chat with a Post-Gazette reporter at postgazette.com/Pitt. From the football field to the volleyball court, the Post-Gazette has the best eyes and ears on all Pitt sports. Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate sponsor of Pitt Athletics.
Let's return to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
To the Pat Narduzzi Show, wrapping things up from the Hotel Indigo on Technology Drive, just off the Hot Metal Bridge. We're here every Wednesday with the exception of the open week, which is after Stanford. We're in October now, so we're heading towards November. It's down the pike. We're almost to the halfway point of the 2025 season. It goes like this. But, Coach, obviously this is the first big road trip. You talked about the penalties down in Morgantown and some of the administrative type of penalties, right, pre-snap and the crowd noise. I imagine that war chant's been playing throughout the week in practice, and the noise will not be a problem, right?
No, it should not be a problem, but, you can prepare like you prepare. You got to go down there and execute. It comes down to execution, but we'll do everything we can in practice to make sure they're getting it loud. It'll be louder tomorrow, and we'll have seen what we need to see. That's for sure.
Perfect Thursday tomorrow, right?
Perfect Thursday.
It's going to be perfect weather. It's going to be beautiful Saturday too. 80 degrees. Looks like light winds, no rain. I mean, you've been down there before, but albeit very different circumstances. That was the COVID year in 2020. How many people were in the building at the time? We were calling
maybe 10,000.
We were calling the game from Pitt Studios up at the Peak.
Wow!
So it was chaos.
There was about 10,000. They were scattered. They were social distancing. Is that what they called it? The
social distancing. That is right. So, there's a blast from the past.
There'll be no social distance on Saturday at noon.
That was the Jordan Travis kind of played in that game. I think they went up 14-3 in the ball game, and then you guys just scored.
They hit a quarterback run. Travis went down the sideline. Never forget it. John Morgan ran up the field on a run block and created a huge hole.
Sounds like you're still a little bit salty about it.
I'm still salty.
Still salty about
those.
it. I tell you what I'm not salty about was Kenny Pickett basically playing on one leg in that game and playing flawlessly, even bringing Nick Patty in for a couple rushing touchdowns in that game because you didn't want to run Kenny. It's amazing what you remember. It's a bit psychotic when you think about it. But this will be a different environment at Doak Campbell Stadium in 2025 than it was for you guys back then.
No doubt about it. We didn't have to deal with the noise back then. It was quiet, but it was a heck of a victory when we did go down there, and we have an opportunity to do the same thing. History repeating itself.
History repeating itself. You guys have it all in front of you. That sounds like hyperbole, but really there's a lot of teams in the ACC that have one or more losses in conference play, including those that were picked to win the league. What is it about a road trip that can bring a team together?
I don't know, Pat. I mean, I just want them to play. I mean,
you're not worried about what coming together, just play well?
No, play well. Like, our guys are together. I mean, they're together every day. They're together every morning. They're here till noon. You know, we got them for half the day in our building. I mean, we've got a great family atmosphere. Our guys spend time with each other. To go on the road, I mean, and again, every Friday night they're in a hotel. We eat dinner together. We sit at the table together, break bread. You know, we have snack together. The guys hang out with each other and go to bed and wake up, and we're together all the time. So it will be no different, except we're going to be together on an airplane for a little while.
2 consecutive weeks where you guys left a lot on the field in losses to West Virginia and Louisville. Now a game where there were some mistakes. No game's perfect, but you maximized your performance and played pretty clean in all 3 phases. Is that validation to your football team of what you guys can do?
No question about it. And our guys know, we didn't get beat this year yet. We beat ourselves. Nobody really beat us. And then, then you see what happens about the college when you don't beat yourself, what you can do. And, whether you beat, we don't care. We just want to, if we win by 1 down in Tallahassee, we're lucky and we're happy. So you don't have to beat everybody 48-0 or 48-7, whatever you want to count those last 7 points. But we just want to come out with a victory on Saturday.
You have a freshman quarterback making his second career start in a hostile environment. How much is his maturity prepared him for this, or will he rely on his teammates in an environment like this?
Well, I think he's very mature, so I don't really think the atmosphere is going to bother him. I mean, I think, as a quarterback, I mean, you kind of block that stuff out, and you hear it, you're in the game, and it's about execution. If you even think about that crowd, you got your head in the wrong spot. I don't think that's Mason, and his teams will rally around him.
Coach, I mean, this is an ancillary thing, but you got a lot of Florida on your roster. Can you imagine this is a bit of an opportunity for them? A guy like Des Reed that Florida State probably said was too small to go prove it?
No doubt about it. Like you said, we probably got 25 guys that'll make that trip down there from Florida. Boosie, Dez, I mean, you name it. Poppy wants a little piece. Deuce is going back home, as you talked about. So there's quite a few guys, not only guys on our roster, but guys that are going to play significant football on Saturday.
All right, closing it out with some X's and O's. Let's start with you guys on defense. What are the keys to victory in stopping Florida State?
Whew.
Where do you start?
Start by stopping the run. I'll say it every week, but last week, it was really control the run and stop the pass last week. This week, we better stop the run on defense.
How about offensively for the Panthers?
We got to protect our quarterback, and again, we got to be two-dimensional. We got to be able to run it and throw it.
Well, we had a great show tonight. Thank you to all of you for being here. Thank you to Kyle Lewis for making the time to join us on the Pat Narduzzi Show. Thanks to our executive producer, PJ Kamanchik, Tom Katanzarit, producing here at the Hotel Indigo, Seth Davis back at Master Control. Thanks to Allison Rubin, Mike Annarella, Don Pasquale, and everyone in attendance tonight here for a great show. We'll see you. You'll hear us Saturday from Doak Campbell Stadium at Florida State. If you're not making the trip down, have a great rest of your week and hail to Pitt.